Yeah, very good afternoon. Am I, yeah, am I audible? Okay, chalo. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. Okay. Yeah, if I'm audible, we will straight away start with the remedy. One second, let me. Chalo. Okay. Yeah, is this clear now? Because lot of disturbance. Yeah, good to see you after a small break. And voice is clear? Okay, fine. Yeah, it looks it's clear. Chalo. We'll start with a simple remedy and mute all. Okay. So before I start this beautiful remedy, I'll just share two small cases. In these two small cases, very recently, I have prescribed this particular remedy. I know you are in second year. Cases might sound a little difficult, but understanding Materia Medica through cases will be again very interesting. So what we'll do is, I'll straight away start a very simple case. Now, this was a girl aged around 6 years who was brought to my clinic, and she complained of she complained of pain abdomen. I have another case, again a very recent case. We had this 22-year-old lady who had approached me for severe pain. She had severe pain in the abdomen, and once she gets the pain, she will get an urge to pass stool. So these were two small cases that had come to me. As I told you before, this is a class for second year, but I'm very optimistic. And what I expect from you is, in the above cases that I've just narrated, how do we proceed? How do we proceed? Can I have some quick inputs? You can just type it. We have the chat box. You can use it. You can just type whatever you feel is relevant. Two small cases, and how do we proceed? Madhusudan is talking of, yes, there is some urgency. Urgency there. Okay, you asked for the type of pain, very good. You asked for type of pain, beautiful. It's a valid point. Madhusudan has typed urgency. When I really didn't understand. Okay, you look for location. Where is the pain? Beautiful, good. Megan has a point there. Okay, exact location. Yes, Neeraj again is talking of location. Good. Anything else that you think of? Must be, see, once you are in your internship, when you get such cases, you will have an idea. By then you would have trained how to deal with such cases. Okay, you ask for type of stools, yes, you ask for color of stools, but something very simple you people are missing here. And what is it that you are missing is, what is the simple question you should ask is, why did the complaint start? Yeah, very good. Amruta gets it right now. From when it started? From when it started is a question, and an extended question is, how did it start? How did the pain start? Okay. So I just keep this case open here, and or if you want, we can just discuss this case. The first case that we had seen was a girl, 6 years old girl, whom I know. She's a very old patient of mine, and her mother brought her to my clinic, and she had severe pain. So somebody asked, Amruta is asking this question. So the same question, since when you have this pain? So she told, uncle, since 2 days I have been suffering with pain. So now the immediate question that should come to your mind is, what happened? How did the pain start? See, she had gone to a cousin's place. Okay. So she was uh, planning to play with a few of her cousins. But when she approached them to play, she is an outsider and they are a gang of cousins. So when she approached them to play, so they did not allow her to join them. So they did not include her in those games. So as a homeopath, what is the next question we ask is, I'll not take her name because these are all videos that are recorded and we'll be putting in YouTube. So I'll not take the name of the patient, assuming some name XYZ. So I ask that, when your cousins did not allow you to join, fine, what did you feel? So this girl told, I felt very angry. And after that, she has developed pain. You're getting my point? So she was not allowed to play and she became angry. And say after 45 minutes or half an hour, she develops with pain. Okay? So this is the first case. And in the second case, we had this very young lady who had severe cramp-like pains. And once she gets pain, she has to rush to the loo. Again, the same question, since when and how did it start? See, the situation in the second case was a little different. This lady, she stays in a PG. So one of her friend who also stays in the PG had told something wrong about this particular lady to the PG owner. Okay. So I hope you're getting the situation. So the patient who had approached me, her friend told something wrong, something bad about her to the PG owner. Right? And when the PG owner came to this particular girl and when she confronted with her, then when the PG owner told her, that auntie told her, it was your friend who told all these things about you, then the reaction of each individual vary. But this patient of mine, she became very angry. Fine. And she could not express her anger to the friend, or she did express, and after which she started with severe pain, cramp-like pains, and then she would go for the loop. In both cases, what was very prominent was there was good amount of anger. The first child again develops a pain abdomen after anger, and the second lady here, after anger, she develops, loose stools, and she develops colic pain in the abdomen. Now, both the cases, we prescribe a remedy, and this is the remedy that I'm going to discuss in detail. And I'll also try to tell you about the follow-up, what happened in those two cases after some time, but try to understand. See, now this is very important. Whatever theory knowledge you are studying, end of the day, that theory knowledge has to be applied in your clinical practice. Okay? Only then our efforts of teaching Materia Medica will be valid. So what you need to understand is, these two patients, I'll tell you the details a little later, they were prescribed this remedy. And from your pharmacy knowledge, sorry, the remedy has already come up. I wanted to ask you, which remedy is this? Looking from the image, can you think of the remedy? But unfortunately, the secret was not, kept for long. Very good. Many of you have got it right. I assume you did not see this, and congratulations. I assume, we'll give you the credit that, just looking at the image, you have answered the remedy right. This being a second year class, pharmacy has to be given a lot of importance. Okay. So the introductory part of the beautiful remedy that I'll be discussing, Colosin is the remedy that we'll be discussing, and it belongs to the order Cucurbitaceae. This is the family to which it belongs to, and bitter apple is the common name of this particular remedy. Okay, and if you just see this fruit here, so the entire pulp of the fruit is what we use in homeopathic preparation. Okay, see many of the remedies that we have proved, they had some medicinal usage before we have proved it in homeopathy. Colocin is no exception. Colocin was also used by allopers before we homeopaths started proving it. Now, what was the allopathic usage of colocin? They were using it as a purgative. Now, what is a purgative? Any substance which increases the bowel movement. So, this is the basic introduction for you. Next 30-40 minutes, we'll be discussing about a remedy, and the remedy we are going to discuss is colocin. Last class, we spoke of colchicum, and we have extensively spoken about colchicum. Okay, hope you have all gone through colchicum, and I assume you have no doubts in colchicum. If at all there are any doubts in colchicum, please feel free, you can ask me. I'll just clarify before we take up colocin in detail. Both of them starts with C, both of them belong to plant group, so please don't get confused. And I'm doing one after the other. The idea of me doing one after the other has some meaning, which you will understand a little later. But for time being, we'll be focusing entirely on colocin. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Now, what I will try to do next 30 minutes is what I'm just trying to tell you. See, the entire colocin we will describe under important headings. We will look at the first component, that is ailments from. We'll be talking of ailments from. Then the second component is we'll be discussing the pathogenesis of colocin. And the third area will be the mind. Hopefully, if things go right, these three components is what I will be discussing today. Okay? And in the next class, we will look at the particulars of colocin. Okay? I hope my plan or my aims and objectives for today is clear. So the first component we have in colocin is the causative factors. What are all the ailments from? From the image, I keep thanking Google Images because they make the class very visual, and anything that you see, you remember better. Okay, so ailments from anger. Colocin, you'll also understand a little later, is a very angry remedy. And if you also go back to the cases that I just described a little while ago, there again, the acute complaints, they come up because of anger. So anger is a very important causative factor in colocin. Anger, and many times they are not in a position to express their anger. Anger suppressed. So some situations, you can't vent your anger, so you have to suppress it. And when you suppress it, you might land up with some problem. So ailments from either anger or ailments from anger suppressed. This is something that is very important. Now this is what we call it as indignation. And now you will understand why I am talking of colocin here. Which was the other remedy in which we had indignation as a causative factor? Yeah, people out there, a small question for you. We discussed a remedy which had ailments from indignation. Did we discuss? Very good. Pragna, beautiful. Colchicum. Good. And what is your understanding of indignation? Because I have done this in Colchicum, I have already told you in Colchicum. So what is indignation? Pragna is absolutely right. The remedy I wanted is Colchicum. You got it right. Now, question is, what is indignation? See, unless you understand the meaning and the practical utility of these words, things will become very difficult. Okay? See, indignation, when I did Colchicum also, I have told you. See, what happens in indignation is, I'll just read the text a little later. A person in whom we have to take indignation are those people who will have a strong sense of justice. They're very honest people and they will have strong sense of right and wrong justice. Something wrong is happening. Something wrong is happening. They cannot tolerate. And the immediate reaction is they get angry. They get angry. So in indignation, they cannot tolerate something wrong happening, and the immediate reaction will be anger. So this is something you need to understand. People who have an exaggerated sense of honor, honesty, and justice, and the reaction is anger. Kindly understand the meaning is very important. If you know the theory, it will be easy to apply in your practice tomorrow. Simple component we are discussing, ailments from anger, ailments from indignation, and if you see here, ailments from chagrin, ailments from chagrin. Now what is chagrin? What happens in chagrin is, there will be a good amount of disappointment, meaning you have a presentation to give and you would have prepared very well. But unfortunately, the presentation will not come up to the extent that you expected it to come up with. So you are disappointed, you feel bad, you feel sad. Now, in that situation, we can take it as chagrin. Okay? So chagrin for you is feeling humiliated. So when somebody feels humiliated, when there is indignation, when there is anger, and also see grief. Now again, grief is a word which we use very often in our homeopathic materia medica. It might have different definitions, but try to understand the meaning. So when you lose someone very close to you, okay, it could be death, or you have a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend who would love you so much, like you so much, for some reason they break, and then a person can go into a grief state. Okay, so grief for you here will be deep sorrow caused by loss of a loved one. Loss need not be death. Loss can be literally like separating from somebody very close. So that is grief. And ailments from mortification. See, the word mortification will have two very important components. One is embarrassment and the other thing is shame. So when you are embarrassed and when you feel ashamed, that combination is what we call it as mortification. And here another very important cause is vexation. Vexation means you being annoyed, you are frustrated, you are worried about something. So that is what we call it as vexation. See, for many, this these terms might be very new, but I made a sincere effort in explaining so that you get a clarity what exactly the ailments are in Colosseum, and it will become very easy. Okay, so any quick questions or any doubts you have here? The emotional causative factors of Colosseum. You can also add disappointment here, and of course some 6 emotional causative factors I have mentioned. Okay. Colocin is an acute remedy. Many times we use it for acute problems. And when you deal with acute problems, cause is very, very important. That's what we saw in that 6-year-old girl or even the 22-year-old lady. They both had bad anger. Anger, then they started with, abdominal issues. Okay. So any quick questions? Am I clear? Or anything you want me to repeat? All clear? Okay, fine. So if all clear, then we'll go ahead. Your voice volume is too low from your side. Can you?
1 second. It will be fine now. I was just using the. Yeah. Am I audible now? Okay. It's better. Good. You should have told me before. We almost wasted 20 minutes. Okay. No issues. So, causative factors, and then we'll go ahead with few more causative factors, and these are the physical causative factors. Till now, whatever causative factors I shared with you, they're all emotional causative factors. Ailments from eating raw fruit. Fruit has not ripe, must be yellow mangoes, yellow bananas. You are very impatient. You can't wait for it to become ripe. Many times it happens with us, and we start eating the raw ones. And you eat raw ones, and then you land up with some physical problem. One remedy is colocynth. Getting exposed to cold air, we'll talk of it a little later. And this is sexual excess, ailments which comes from sexual excess. And very important, and the last causative factor is ailments from eating potatoes. Okay, we will look at this a little later. For time being, I want you to focus on the emotional causative factors, because we'll be discussing the mind part of colocynth. Okay, so the causative factors. Now, before we take up the interesting part, the mind, we look at one slide where I have tried to dedicate this slide for the sphere of action. Where exactly you see colocynth acting? From the case I have shared, you already know colocynth mainly acts on the abdomen. Okay, the GIT, very good. The GIT, good. So before I talk to you about GIT, one more area colocynth basically acts will be the nervous system. Okay, so there are many remedies in our homeopathic materia medica acting on the nervous system. They can bring in lot of changes. What will colocynth do is very important. See, many times we have this common complaint, sir, materia medica is confusing. If you understand materia medica systematically, materia is the most easiest subject. But you have to put some efforts, and you will have to understand the subject in a very systematic way. So colocynth acting on the nerves, it will not cause convulsions, it will not cause paralysis, it will not cause big things. I told you it's an acute remedy. So small complaints is what you see in colocynth. And what is that small complaint related to nervous system that you have in colocynth is you mainly have more of neuralgias. You mainly have more of neuralgias. So pain. So this is what you see in colocynth. And again, look at that what I have written there. It has main affinity for large nerves. Like if you see the sciatic nerve, the trigeminal nerve, or the spinal nerves. So it mainly affects those set of nerves, and it will cause neuralgia. Is this clear? This is very, very important. The second thing, what many of you have already contributed, that it's a remedy acting on the GIT. This before we proved homeopathically, allopathists were using it for GI complaints. Like, it was used as a purgative to increase the bowel movements to cause diarrhea. It was used before. So you see the purgative thing coming up in Colocin. The last area will be the mucous membrane. See, when I say mucous membrane, from your anatomy knowledge, mucous membrane is there in the respiratory tract, it is there in the urogenitalia, it is also there in the GI. Now, this is what you also have to slowly start realizing, that not all remedies will have, when I say mucous membrane, not necessarily all remedies will act on the entire mucous membrane. Depending on the drug affinity, the mucous membrane that it affects can also vary. Colocin predominantly affects the mucous membrane of the gastrointestinal tract, and it will cause inflammation. I hope I'm clear. See, we are going very slow. We are going in a very systematic manner. Two small cases, which I'll keep repeating, bombarding, so that you understand why I gave Colocin in those two cases. Fine. So that if I know Materia Medica as a second year student, if I learn the theory part, then it will be very useful for me in future to apply the theory knowledge. Now, this is what I am trying to emphasize here. Okay. So ailments from and sphere of action. Now we will talk of the third important component, and this component is the mental symptoms of Colocin. Again, when I talk to you about the mind, Colocin has 272 symptoms related to mind. I know I'm talking to a second year student. I know I have my own limitations related to time. So I will not discuss all those 272 symptoms, but for a second year student, what is it that you need to know and what knowledge we use in our practice? I'll try to give you those symptoms of Colocin. As you grow, once you come to PG, you are free to explore Colocin in more depth. But I'm giving you a basic picture which is very much relevant. Okay. Basically, Colocin is a very reserved constitution. They're introverted people. They will not like talking too much. That's one part. And the patients who require Colocin are generally very irritated and angry constitutions. They're not mild. They are not gentle kind of constitution. Colocin. They're very angry and very irritated. Now, each remedy will get anger for a different reason. How they express their anger might vary from person to person. This is what Dr. Hahnemann in his Organon he has clearly told. Individualization. So how will Colocin? For what reasons Colocin will get angry? See, you will be surprised that Colocin can get angry for the smallest things. Colocin husband, if you have a Colocin father, you have a Colocin boyfriend, you have a Colocin brother, you will be surprised. Small things where there is no need for anger, they get angry. So they get angry very easily. Trifles means smallest things, they can get angry. And anger when obliged to answer. There is something called as avota. Anger when obliged to answer. Many times we see this in our clinic setup. We have a patient, and as homeopaths, we ask a lot of questions. Since when, how did this start, etc., etc. And when you ask these questions now, the patient will get irritated. You have a patient with fever, you have a patient with pain abdomen, and you're questioning them, and they get angry. Their face, there's so much of anger on their face. Anger when obliged to answer. One of the remedies is Colocin. Anger with pain. They are in pain, and they can get angry. Anger with pain. Anger when questioned. When you question them, they get angry. Okay. And now, how a Colossian person will react in anger? Okay. Generally, they throw things. In anger, they throw things. And anger associated with restlessness. They're very restless. They keep either moving, or mind is disturbed. Anger with restlessness. Okay. Now, if you come back to those two cases that I discussed, there again, that first small child, she also got very much pissed off. She got angry. Her cousins are not allowing to play with them. She got angry. Fine. And she can't express with them. So she goes back home and then she suffers with pain. And a single dose of Colosant beautifully, my assistant doctors have seen this case, beautifully relieves this child from that pain. The second case was again a case where there was a lot of anger against her friend. She bitched against her to her PG auntie and she was furious, she was angry, and she lands up with diarrhea. There again, we had given Colosant, and this girl beautifully improves with Colosant. Okay, so anger is one very important mental symptom you have in Colosant. They are angry constitutions. As a second year student, which other remedies you have in your mind for as a second year student? See, there are many remedies which are angry. Fine. I know the limitations of a second year student, a second year class. Not many remedies are over for you. So, with that understanding, which other remedies you have in your mind for anger? Yeah, Chinmay, beautiful. Chamomila. Colchicum again was angry. Anger which comes from misdeeds of others. Apis mellifica, good Suman. Yes, somebody will be talking to you about Naxvamika. We'll discuss a little later. Okay, good. I'm at least happy. Chamomila, yes, colchicum, good. We'll go ahead. We'll see what else we have in Colossians. This we have already seen. And what is this image that I was trying to tell you? See, these are people with strong sense of justice. Okay, the meeting will end. Yeah, must be after 5 minutes. You please get back. We'll rejoin and let me finish the mind of Colchicum. Sorry, Colosynth. So people with a lot of indignation. Fine. Anybody doing anything wrong, indignation at misdeeds of others. This is where I had told you about colchicum, if you remember. We also have Staphysagra. And one more remedy you can also add here is Podophylla. Okay, 4 remedies. And injustice cannot support. They will not like injustice and very sensitive constitutions. They get hurt very easily. Okay, so what is this, like, small things they get offended. You should be very careful if you're talking to a Colossian person, because they take everything to heart very easily, offended very easily. Fine. And this was a beautiful thing you have in Colossian, that they get humiliated very easily. Okay, so when their pride, their dignity is getting affected, they get humiliated very easily. Humiliation from small things. You have Colossians. The last slide, hopefully we'll try to finish. They're very, very sensitive to pain. Fine. They shout with pain. What do they do with pain? They shout with pain. I had a case of a girl, young girl with dysmenorrhea. She would shout so much that the neighbors would come and question the mother, what happened? So young girl, 13 years old girl with dysmenorrhea, she would shout. And that girl I had given her chamomilla with beautiful improvement. So shouting with pain, shrieking with pain, okay, and lamenting with pain. See, lamenting with pain means they keep moaning, ayo, amma, and all. But what you all have to realize is the complaints are exaggerated in lamenting. The problem will not be so severe. To gain attention or sympathy from others, they start exaggerating their complaints. Mourning with pain. See, mourning means our local language, munugodu. Many times we have patients, na, ayo, amma, doctor, amma, ayo, no. So this is mourning. So chamomilla has mourning, chamomilla can have lamenting. Chamomilla, sorry, chamomilla also has, but we are talking of colocynth. Colocynth has lamenting, colocynth has moaning, colocynth may shout with pain, or colocynth may be restless with pain. People who cannot tolerate pain, very sensitive to pain, colocynth. And grief, mainly silent grief, they are the kind of people who don't show their grief, they keep it to themselves, silent grief. And Colossense is a constitution who is generally discontented with himself. Okay? Discontented, dissatisfied with himself, and there is grief, and this is silent grief. Fine. So, in the next class, we will talk of the particular symptoms. Must be in 1 or 2 minutes, the class will close. Can we have a quick recall? What we did today is we try to understand the sphere of action, the elements from, and we have dedicated a good amount, quality time to understand the mind of Colosynth. Next class, I'll be talking to you about particular symptoms. And do you have any questions? I don't know if you'll have time for questions, but if at all you have questions, I'll be happy to take up the questions. Or if we are running short of time, please keep your questions in the next class. We'll start with questions and then we'll start continuing with Colosynth. A very important remedy. If you understand this, then you can start using it more often in your clinical practice. Okay. Any quick questions? Is this clear, or you want any thing to be repeated? Any questions? Okay. No questions, so I assume it's clear. So thank you for joining, and next week or in between, I'll just communicate with your CR. We'll take one more class and we'll try to finish Colosynth. Thank you for joining, and good day. Thank you.